Now then, as we continue to banish the curse, it's time for me to explain yet another feature of this kingdom's magic. Oh, dash it all, I've had enough! This endless curse removal and instructional lecturing and whatnot. It is important, of course. I'd never dismiss the value of knowledge, but even a wizard needs the occasional change of pace. Yes, I believe it's high time I stepped away from the sidelines and applied my skills directly in the field, as it were. And I know just the spell to start it. Tutorialis Escaparium. Let's welcome Merlin. Really? Haha! Any old mage could summon yet another guest to this kingdom, but it takes a true wizard to summon himself. Now, to be precise, I really just transmigrated myself from my laboratory over there to this plaza over here. But after all, it's not the distance that matters, it's the magical principle at work. It wouldn't have been nearly as instructive if I just walked over. It's rather nice to give the old legs a stretch. Reinvigorates one's sense of purpose. Of course, you may wonder how it's possible for me to explore the kingdom and tend to my laboratory at the same time. Well, if you do wonder, you have an excellent point, and I commend your curiosity. As for the explanation, well, it involves magic. Elixirius Coldoronia Teleportivatio. Let's send Merlin to use magic. Yes, that's the ticket. Now, anyone who needs my elixir crafting services need only approach my laboratory as usual, and in a puff of arcane smoke, I will vanish from my wanderings and appear at my cauldron, ready to prove what's necessary. Though that bit with the sparkles and such was more of a one-time celebratory effect. I do enjoy a good sparkle. One of the many small joys of wizarding. Let me see. What should I do first? I should check on the kingdom's many enchanted artifacts. Can't let the kingdom's caretaker have all the fun after all. And I know just the artifact to start with. Let's build the sword in the stone. The very sword itself. It's always been particularly close to my heart as magical relics go. You know, it's a shame I wasn't there myself to see young Ward pull the sword out of the stone and unveil it the first time. However, I was here for nearly all of the times he put it back in. It's convenient enough for when Ward needs it, and folks do love to try their hand at extracting it. What else? Oh, I should see if I have any messages. Haven't gotten around to that in ages. You see, during my travels in the 20th century, I came across a rather convenient item known as an answering machine. Only just becoming popular, but quite useful. So I created an enchantment with much the same functionality and have given my number to several trustworthy magic users. Well, not so much a number as an arcane formula, but the important thing is, it takes voice recordings. Let's send Merlin to check his magical messages. Let's see here. Advertisement for half-priced ones, invitation to tea. Oh dear, I regret missing that. request to attend a comedy show. Again, lovely fellow, but all of his cultural references are a bit beyond me. Wards coming back to the kingdom. Technical inquiry about marionette to human transmogrification. Oh, hang on. Wards coming back to the kingdom. Well, thank goodness I asked Archimedes to keep me apprised of the boys' travel plans. So my favorite people is returning to the kingdom, is he? This is a pleasant surprise. For those unaware, while Ward is indeed the king, he has yet to be officially coronated. In the meantime, he's traveling throughout England to familiarize himself with the lands and the people he will lead. Until now, it seems. He's coming back a good deal earlier than expected. Well, whatever his reasons, there's much to do in the way of preparation. Let's send Merlin to the Sword in the Stone. I've just remembered. There's a certain bit of magic that's been on my to-do list for ages. And Ward's impending return means I'd better get to it soon. Let's send Merlin to use some new magic. There, that's one of the more important tasks sorted. It's difficult to read from here, but I've hung a sign beside the sword. It says, please refrain from handling, temporarily reserved for the right-wise king. That way we can give it a good polish and be sure it's in tip-top shape for Ward. Excellent. I dare say the kingdom is a good deal tidier now than it was yesterday. I'm always giving out instructions to clean up shadows and sandstorms and animated crockery and such, so I thought, if I'm so bothered with wondering what knots cluttering up the kingdom, I'd best lend a hand myself. Though, if you do see anything worth clearing out, there's plenty my magic hasn't reached yet. Well, the streets are decluttered, relics properly signposted. All that's left to do is greet Ward when he arrives. And based on my prognostications, he's due to arrive here at the sword any moment now. Let's send Merlin to wait by the sword in the stone. Any moment now. Alright, my prognostications can have a margin of error of between 1/2 and 14 hours, but never want to waste time. I've nearly finished this clever crossword, a modern invention of which I heartily approve. Let's see, what's the 5-letter word for invention of Archimedes? The human, I assume. Ah, here he comes, bounding over the horizon, just as I expected. Eventually. I think I'll prepare a bit of a welcome spectacle for when he reaches the plaza. Yes, I know I'm not technically summoning him from anywhere, but that's no excuse to cut back on funfare. Let's welcome Ward.